Hello everyone, welcome back to the Warriors of Fire. I'm Drunken Dan.
Not me, and that Sabo's here. He's not dead for once.
No, I'm alive this week.
Unlike Game of Thrones.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm not really going to rant about it too much because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people who don't even usually make videos on TV have come out the woodwork to say, "Man, this show sucks now." So yeah, always a good sign when you literally inspire the masses to revolt.
I mean, I always thought it sucked, so I'm glad everyone's finally agreeing with me.
Me too.
It only took you 5 years.
I mean, it also took them kind of literally justifying characters, justifying characters for getting out things with such amazing moments as she forgot about the giant fleet.
The princesses have gotten themselves into a compromising situation.
I mean,
I still love. I mean, you showed me it. The fucking thing with the dragon, the dragon. Like you said, they're just like giant harpoons. They're like there's no like magic or anything like that. It's just basically a giant ballista that just fires a shot and then
yeah, game over.
it's just strong enough. I mean, it's just strong enough to penetrate their scales or something, and then
All you need is penetration.
giggity. So. Yeah, because you showed me it, and like this is like as Sabo and I both say, I'm not really a fan of Game of Thrones, but like as soon as I watched it, I was like, wait, why did only one boat take a shot? And like the dodge animation reminded me of the special edition of a Star Wars New Hope when they CG'd Han Solo's head dodging a fucking laser shot that they added in. So it kind of reminded me of. And everyone's also mad. Now a lot of people are also mad about her just. I mean, I know why, because you told me. You can even say it in the video if you want.
I mean,
her just going murder happy on peasants.
it's one of those things where it's like kind of. It was more or less what the character was building up to, but it's too much too soon for too little provocation. It's like kind of. Yeah, you probably were like slowly but surely building up to this kind of thing, but it's like, yeah, it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
I mean, isn't that what peasants are for?
Well, it's just there's a whole point where it's like, oh, when the bell rings, that means they've surrendered. So she hears the bell and decides, you know what? Surrenders for chumps, and then just sets fire to everything.
I'll just be careful not to go.
Oh yeah, and doesn't even target her sworn enemy.
Well, you've not seen something as silly as this since I don't know, Trump trying to ban all imports of European cars.
God.
And then instantly having to backtrack because General Motors and Ford were like, no, but we do buy those actually.
I'll just remind him of how terrifying.
And then he's like, oh, wait, so in order to make your cars, you need the superior European... I don't know why I'm trying to be smug about them at the moment. You need the superior European engineering. Yeah.
I know European parts for European cars in general, and also their parts are fucking expensive.
They are, but also a lot of American car makers use those parts. Like, I'm pretty sure a significant chunk of them wind up using engines made by AMG,
Probably.
which is Mercedes, or a subsidiary of Mercedes, whatever. But yeah, it was just kind of funny to see we'll do this to make American business great again. It's like, actually, we can't do that, sir. I guess it's just...
We need those European cars, man.
Actually, I guess that's the point. Midterms must be the midterms coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
So do we have any? So who's like the favorite to go up against Trump?
The two highest ones are at the moment, at least last I checked on. I haven't checked it in a while, but the two highest were Biden and Bernie.
Oh wow, I didn't think Biden still existed. I thought he was like a dream.
No, he's still clinging in there somehow.
But he just always that thing where they go, yeah, Barack Obama. Oh, and I guess there's this weird old white guy who's just standing next to him sometimes. That was Mike's.
I mean, yeah, not wrong.
Like, I'll be honest, I've never even heard of Trump's like vice president. Largely because I assume he's sensible enough to just not say anything.
He is a cray-cray, but he tends to stay out of the news.
He's basically the reason Trump hasn't been assassinated yet. Because everyone is like...
he's big on electrical, gay electrical therapy, or the fuck it's called. You know, the thing where it's trying to shock the gay out of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they're like, you know, Trump might be bad, but I mean, imagine if we had to deal with him.
I mean,
How's this?
I mean,
Right here. How's this?
I guess. So probably be Bernie Sanders takes the spot, right?
I would like to think that, but I don't know.
I was gonna say because that would require people remembering Joe Biden exists, or Biden, or whatever he's called.
How's this?
So I
People
can't-
remember him mostly for the memes that were going out around the Obama era. You know, the ones where they depict him like a child.
I mean, I don't know those, but sure. I'll take your word on it. Yeah, those really kind of all-encompassing Joe Biden memes.
There's also this third guy who's this like Chinese guy who like isn't as popular, but he's also very controversial because he wants to do like all this like social credit and universal basic income and all these weird ideas, and some people are kind of into that, but most are just like, you're crazy. I don't think he's going to win though.
I mean,
I don't even know who he is. I'm drawing a blank.
Something Yang, I think.
oh no, it's a Ruby fan.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not that way. Not we're gonna make America great again by punching the demon creatures. And also a cat girl for everyone.
We'll deal with the retainer.
I mean,
The mission's
we're not all just gonna flat out get a weed party.
Ooh, it's dangerous up ahead.
Or a,
I think I don't know.
or a fairy party for that matter.
There probably already is
Like,
one. we just
there's
don't
got to
know
be
their
one
name.
of them. One of these senators has got to be one, right? Like,
Probably.
statistically speaking.
Dragon Bane.
Probably, yeah.
Aha, I may be weak to arrows, but you can't shoot me with an arrow if I just keep beating you to death.
I'm weak to arrows. I can only stomach about 4 seasons of it.
Let's go.
God damn it. Well, you stomached more than I did.
It's okay though. It's over.
Well, that's because I went through the first one. It was like, okay, it's kind of shitty, but maybe it'll get better. And then it did get better. It's like, wow, this is actually halfway decent. And then it instantly got shit again.
And now
Got
it's
shit.
dead.
And now it's dead.
Literally, the final was just like, oh yeah, and also they died.
Oh. Well. I'm gonna restart this fucking fight.
They died because
Whoopsies!
they decided they wanted to do Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Everyone's favorite storyline.
I mean,
Yes.
Crisis is at least what's the word I'm looking for? Watchable, readable. Like,
What is it?
Crisis is nowhere near as bad as any of the other like half dozen absolutely fucking trash tier crossover events.
That's true.
Like basically
Yeah.
anything Marvel's ever done as a crossover event in comic books.
It's true. DC has done a better job with the crossover events,
So they
except for
think that
Flashpoint.
so they
Flashpoint,
think-
Flashpoint, it should have never happened.
Flashpoint is like Flashpoint is the only Barry Allen story anyone cares about now.
Well, because it's his only story. That's not.
It
Yeah,
really is.
Flashpoint has pretty much forever changed his character from like, you know, a funny guy who runs very fast to like, this guy's an absolute failure who just screws everything up and ruins everything for everyone, including the entire universe.
Thanks, Barry.
Wait, turn him into? I thought that's what he always was. I thought the funny one was Wally West.
Well, no, he wasn't a character before Wally West. He was just a plot device. Well,
He was just kind of a generic hero who could run fast and was relatively pleasant.
he was the kind of
Like-
the kind of 60s, 70s era hero who was just very kind of cookie cutter for DC.
The most interesting thing about Barry Allen is that he wasn't very interesting.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Like he was just a guy.
and then he died.
He wasn't a famous reporter or a millionaire or a military guy. Or an alien. He was just a guy. In fact, there's a whole point where like Heatwave pulls his mask off and he's like, "Ah, now I know your secret identity."
Actually, Clark isn't famous. Lois is.
I mean, no, he's pretty famous. He's pretty
He's-
well
No.
He's
well known.
decently well known.
He's decently well known in, like, you know, the city.
In
In the
the exact
publishing world.
yeah, in the exact circles he's in, everyone knows who he is. No, like Barry Allen was just a chub forensic scientist for the cops. In a
Barry
chump
Allen
city.
is such an unknown. Heatwave once unmasked him, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know who you are, and you look very generic, so this does not help me at all."
I like that they did that with Wally and Justice League Unlimited. Was it just like Unlimited or the regular one? Either one.
Unlimited.
Yeah, yeah, where he's like, "I have no idea who this is."
Well, it's all meant to be a joke because what is his name? Michael Rosenbaum, is that it?
Yeah,
Who's the voice of Wally in Justice League? Was the actor who portrayed Lex Luthor on Smallville. So the whole episode was just a joke at that.
he was almost Lex again on Supergirl, but he's like, "I really don't want to shave my head again."
I was gonna say, I thought that Supergirl was on about bringing him or threatening to bring him back.
Mission complete.
Because I know he was apparently saying, "Oh yeah, I'll totally come and do Batman v Superman." But I guess they would also pay him quite a lot more.
Yeah, probably quite a lot more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'd take a major Hollywood role, even if it wasn't going to be very good, just because, you know, paycheck.
Yeah.
Whereas being on a CW show, I mean, as a bit part, would, I mean,
CW, I was gonna say, it's a CW show
CW
that's
pays a lot for their stars, but I mean, as like a bit part, I don't think he wanted to bother.
I was going to say, because I thought you were talking about him being on Smallville. I was going to say, this show's long enough to be in syndication, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he just probably can live off of that now.
Like
Pretty much, yeah.
as long as you hit like five seasons, you can be in syndication forever.
I thought it was like 100 episodes or something was the...
Yeah, usually usually a lot of shows like get their 100 on
Yeah, Smallville was 10.
on a 5th season.
Yeah.
Smallville got 200 episodes.
So yeah.
Yeah, usually once you get to season 5, you're at like 100 episodes.
Smallville was so long, it like Arrow, it went good, then went bad,
that's,
then actually got good
like,
again.
Because that's what happened with the Muppets. Though actually, the reason it was Jim Henson's just like, I'm done.
And also, he's dead now.
I'm talking about when he was alive. This is like still in the 70s, dude.
Fair.
Because you gotta remember that show was old as fuck.
Oh yeah,
But,
the show was, and then they resurrected it for a whole bunch of movies.
Because they had a they had a lot of movies like in the 80s, like the mid 80s and like early 90s, and they kind of didn't really do much with it.
So they had Muppets Take Manhattan. They had like, was it Muppets Take Manhattan was the first one? That was like the 70s.
That was the second one.
Uh,
Because I think it was just called the Muppet Movie, the first one,
Yeah,
and
the
then
first
the
one was
second
just the
Muppet Movie.
movie.
okay, so then they had Muppets Take Manhattan for like, I guess the 80s, and then
Because the first movie actually aired around the same time as they were making the show.
and then
Because they were. Yeah,
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, and Muppets from Space all happen in like the pretty close together.
Treasure Island and Christmas Carol were near each other
And
because they were attempting to do like a thing where they would just do stories with the Muppets.
yeah, and then
They were the mid 90s.
Muppets from Space was like cusp of the millennium.
I think Muppets in Space is older actually.
What I remember is Muppet Treasure Island has a fucking grim as fuck opening song.
Oh yeah, it's really good though.
Oh yeah, better than the brand new version of Prince Ali. I'll give you that much.
I mean, that's not hard, but I mean, Shiver My Timbers is actually really good.
Man, I watched that.
All the songs in that movie are good.
Yeah, that movie in general was really underrated. It did terrible when it came out.
I need to rewatch it
Dear Corin.
because it's
You
it's
get the-
Pirates just before the like big boom of before the face of Pirates became Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Enemy reinforcements.
So weird about those movies. They definitely made pirates cool again. Changed the face of piracy. And then the Somalians changed it again.
The mission started.
Man. It's not quite as glamorous when the Somalians did it, is it? It's not one of those like swashbuckling adventures on the high seas. It's just kind of a whole bunch of people with like AK-47s taking a whole bunch of people hostage.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's dangerous up ahead.
Oh yeah. Are there any controversies we're not allowed to talk about this week?
No. And, I mean, we can talk about the Pro Jared thing if we want to, because it's straight, we know everything now.
Yeah.
Man sending pics to underage fans.
Right.
That's fun.
Turns out Pro Jared's a scumbag, which is okay for me because I never watched a video of his and still haven't. I knew he was a thing. I was like, oh, okay. And then one day I just found out, oh, apparently he's a massive scumbag and his channel's exploded.
Yeah. He has vanished off of, like, the internet pretty much.
I mean...
Like, his stuff is still there, but I mean, like I'm talking about, like Twitter, uploads, nothing.
I mean, yeah, he's probably cut and run. Did that thing that, well, let's be honest, Channel Awesome people should have probably done.
Yeah. But they're still around, or at least, like I know they still upload, because occasionally I get in the recommended for you, like, Doug Walker stuff, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, somehow he survived all that.
Ready to go shopping?
I mean...
He's still enslaved by that one guy forever.
Meanwhile, everyone else is like, yeah, we've got Patreons now. Because everyone's got Patreon these days.
It's true.
Which is why there was that one report about Patreon being involved in some was it like tax issues? It's a bit worrying.
Sure thing.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I don't have a Patreon.
I also don't know enough about this thing to really talk about it.
What?
The allegations leveled against like Patreon and such.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, actually, you mentioning it is the first time me even hearing it, so I know even less than you do, pretty much.
But yeah. How have you been, Saber, apart from being dead?
Dead.
I'm up.
Good. Also,
Sure thing.
that stupid carnival
Yes.
opened up next to me, and I hear them every night, and it's driving me insane.
Why don't you just shoot
Yes.
them?
Because this is New Jersey.
But it's America.
Gun laws are actually very strict in New Jersey.
I don't believe
Yeah,
it. It's
all-
America.
Also,
No,
it's
gun
bi-
laws are actually really strict in Jersey. And if you want unstrict gun laws, you have to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You've got excellent taste.
Bloody Pennsylvanians.
So that means the Amish can get a Glock real easy.
Also, it's by the church, so it's probably bad karma.
Well, I mean, how else are they going to beat their women?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
you're not
I don't have to
wrong.
worry about offending the Amish. They're not going to listen. If there was
That's
ever
true.
one group of people you could like make fun of on the internet, it's the
It's
Amish.
Amish because they'll never know. They won't even know what an internet is.
You think I care about you making fun of the Amish? I just laughed.
Well, I know. I just mean in general because you can't make fun of a whole bunch of people. You can make fun of Scientologists though, right? Still, right?
I think so.
I
I
mean,
think
It's hard to really. I don't know. I'm not sure because it's a bit of a legal grey area. Because like you can't make fun of people for their religions, but you can make fun of evil, crazy, money-grabbing cults.
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah. As I said, I saw that Prince Ali clip of Aladdin or the new Aladdin.
I didn't watch that because I'm not
I'm
crazy
afraid.
enough.
I'm afraid to.
And it's just like, okay, so imagine that song Prince Ali, right? But imagine that instead of like singing it, there's like kind of Will Smith is generally just kind of talking it.
I mean, it's kind of like what.
Wait,
Robin Williams
wait,
did.
isn't Will Smith a singer though?
Well,
He's a rapper.
Oh.
So he's just kind of talking it, and there's like very low energy, and it's all very kind of. So like
Well, yeah, Robin Williams talked it, but he had high energy and like the voices he was doing with it and everything.
well,
I mean, Robin Williams' songs is mostly just him singing and or doing constant impressions. But I mean, he
But,
made
like,
it work because he's Robin Williams.
he's also putting far more energy into it.
Yes.
So he's like,
Because Robin always put energy into everything he fucking did. Even if it was like a shit movie.
Yeah.
fuck, I actually saw. Oh right. No. I thought for a second I'd seen something recently with him in.
I know Animal Crossing fans got mad again at the Nintendo Direct because there wasn't anything for Animal Crossing again, even though it was advertising that it's for fucking Mario Maker.
I mean, what Animal Crossing fans?
Yeah.
They're very loud, trust me.
Are they still
They are. There's a
around?
lot of them, and they're loud. And I think what they should do, instead of like getting mad every time Animal Crossing doesn't come up, I think what they should do is take up a hobby I think they'll really enjoy, whittling.
I think what they should really do is just go and talk to the F-Zero fans.
No, take up whittling, because that's what they're basically doing when they play Animal Crossing.
I mean,
It's a perfect fit for them. Or if they want to play a game similar to Animal Crossing, they could just go play like Harvest Moon or, you know, Stardew Valley, and they'll actually have things to do in those games.
I never played Animal Crossing, so I can't say. I mean, my experience with Animal Crossing has been, alright, there's these characters in Smash, and I guess this dog is cute, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people really like Isabelle.
I mean, she's there, I guess. She's not the cutest character in Smash, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, I agree. Kirby.
Charizard.
No. I like Charizard, but I wouldn't call him cute.
I would.
Charizard's not cute. Charizard is mighty and powerful, and the Japanese don't appreciate because they like cute. Damn Japanese and their quietness.
Actually, a Charizard is apparently the most marketable character and sells the most merchandise across demographics.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably because he is the coolest Gen 1 starter.
I mean, I know he's the most popular in like the West, but Japan is like, oh no, we like our cute ones. We almost made freaking Clefairy like the lead Pokemon.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it, Detective Clefairy?
No, doesn't.
No, it really doesn't. Oh, Detective Pikachu did really fucking good in the box office.
That's what everyone's like. Detective Pikachu is great. You should go see it. And I'm like, that's not at all what I expected to hear. I'm not sure if I believe you, even though everyone has said that. And they're like, no, really, it's good. Apparently, it's like Ant-Man. It shouldn't be nearly as good as it is based on the source material. Yet somehow it works.
Apparently, what was it, like, moviegoers really like it. The only people that don't seem to like it are, like, movie critics, but, you know, it's movie critics, so who cares?
Movie critics don't like anything except, like...
I'm probably going to actually check it out, because I've gotten kind of used to how the Pokemon look at this point, where I'm just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll see it on home release. I have a different thing to do this month.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Well, go on.
What?
I was expecting, like, yay, Godzilla.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but sure, I'll say it. Looks like it's going to be a good time. There, you happy?
Hooray. Oh my god, see that's it? I was expecting like 10 minutes of squealing about how Godzilla is the best ever and we're all thieves for not...
It's got Tywin Lannister. It's got Tywin Lannister in it, and like when he died, and he's part of the thing. One of the things that people say is the side of Game of Thrones is rot was when Tywin Lannister died. Spoilers for. So I mean, it's Charles Dance, who is an actor you won't know.
No.
But I know him because he was in Alien 3, which is
bad alien.
Well,
I was gonna say the bad alien, but I think they've made worse.
The third best Alien movie, and no one will ever find. I guess some people might say no, but Covenant's good though, and it's like, but those people. But I say this. I don't think those people are smart enough to read. And
I mean, I don't like it either, so I can't really interject with even a joke.
I mean, Alien Covenant's just a series. It's just a series of mistakes. Like the first mistake was putting a geriatric, schizophrenic old man in charge of the movie, who thought he was making like a movie about androids and it's all very kind of on in your face. You know, creation, dynamic, Frankenstein's monster shit. And then Fox was like, no, there's an alien in this movie, right? Oh shit, right, yeah. No, seriously, if you ever listen to Ridley Scott give an interview, he is just, like, nonsensical. Like,
I mean,
he just goes off on... It's not even, like, going off on random tangents, he just seems to just say shit.
It's Ridley Scott, so I'm not surprised.
it's hilarious to watch, but also a little bit sad.
Results
Um,
like this come only after great
Yeah, he was in Alien 3 briefly, and
I'll prove
like I
myself
said,
in
the
time.
third best Alien
Training
movie.
begins now.
Because hey, then there was the fourth one, which is still probably the worst one, written by Joss Whedon.
Ugh.
But Joss Whedon is a great writer. He makes great.
Yeah.
Right, he's good.
Yeah, even before the shit came out about him cheating on his wife and blaming the patriarchy for it.
I mean, he's made a few good things, but that was not one of them.
Alien 4 was hilariously bad, and also prototype for Firefly.
The Firefly was good though.
But I'm just telling you, like, if you watch Alien 4 and they have that cast of characters who are very Firefly-y, you could very much see where he was thinking, man, I saw Cowboy Bebop, I could do that.
We must move to intercept them at once. Yes, sir.
Hey, I know you guys aren't saying this, but just because it's a Fates character, it's like, hey, look, it's Lobster Crom.
Oh, finally, he showed up. Samurai Man.
Yeah, and it's funny, and the funny thing is, in this path, you have Crom in your party, so you can have Crom fight Lobster Crom.
I mean, you can have Crom.
Finally.
You can have Crom fight Crom in Smash. By having.
Yeah, but Crom can't fight Lobster Crom in that.
Can we come with
I mean,
you?
just wait for the
We're looking
DLC.
heroes from other worlds.
We got four.
I mean,
we got four more
the
characters.
thing is, the DLC though apparently is going to only be stuff that characters that aren't characters from series that aren't yet represented in Smash.
I mean, you're trusting Nintendo an awful lot there.
So you mean that the world we're in
Maybe.
right now isn't our own? This sounds like a fable from some
But yeah.
children's book.
Wonder when we're actually.
I actually don't really know what they're gonna do for the next batch of what the next character's gonna be because they haven't really hinted anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if Solaire's in.
Okay, move out, everyone.
Oh yeah, actually, that just reminded me. Speaking of like new things, Soul Calibur has new creative character parts in today.
Oh.
If you had the season pass,
Ooh.
which I'll have to play. I'll play with that sometime tonight.
I might have to have a look at that now.
I heard the beep.
Well, that's because I can mute the TV, but I can't mute the console itself.
No, it's fine. It's just funny. Okay, can I get rid of you? 'Cause I don't really like you. And I'd like to have a different character.
Wow, rude. What, you gonna get Metian to replace me?
No, not you. Seriously, I gotta have this fucking punk. I
I mean, I'll go get Carl if you really want.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's how we do it. That's how we get rid of him. We don't need him we don't need this fucking cunt. We don't need him. Also, I don't think I want to control you, because it seems like you are weak to everything here, other than, like, 5 people.
Hmm.
I think Crom's not looking too hot.
Oh,
Crom
not
can take care
according
of this
to
whole
the...
area. I'm wrong.
I mean, if the fan art I've seen is anything to go by, a lot of people disagree with you on that front.
Why even have you here? You can swap too.
I like how it's just... I like how this has basically just become a Rift Tracks now.
It really
Of
is.
you just like playing the game and I'm just making fun of you.
It's fine. I make fun of me too.
I wasn't asking your permission.
Who said that was? How? Whatever.
Oh. But yeah.
I'm gonna get to murdering people in a second.
Hooray.
What's my task?
Just gotta optimize people's equipment, and then I should be good. I just didn't want to use the dumb prince boy. I didn't want to fucking use his stupid ass.
What?
And I might as well optimize
The
you two
warrior
on the battlefield, even though I'm
known
not
as
controlling you.
Prince.
The warrior formerly known as a dumbass. Oh wait, no, that's not formerly. He is known as a dumbass.
What?
Man.
How's this?
Can we stop making protagonists of tactical stuff like this fucking stupid?
I mean,
It's
that's
not
usually,
cute. It's not charming.
it's usually how it works.
Blame Japan for having 2 character archetypes for their protagonists.
It's true. Let's see here. Dumb and also dumb?
No, it's dumb shonen hero, or it's moody teenager who's not who's thrown into things. Like, if you compare it, it's like having, you have choices. You could be Goku, or you could be Shinji.
Pretty much.
There's very little like leeway between those two.
Ready for orders. Understood.
Sometimes you'll get those series where they have like protagonists who are neither, and then the series ends, like Kenichi or Beelzebub. They had characters who were neither of those archetypes, and they ended.
It's true. Both the anime ended with it. I don't know if they did all OVAs for the entirety of the manga.
Kenichi, no. I think they only did that OVA for the first of the One Shadow Nine Fists, the drunken master guy, and his student.
That's a shame.
Pretty sure they didn't get to any of the other stuff.
That is honestly a shame.
Yeah.
Because it's really good. This is why we're not allowed to have nice things.
No, gotta have more Boruto.
Fucking Boruto.
Thought they were done with that.
I don't.
No.
No, it's still going.
Let's go help him anyway.
One of these days, I'll like, actually work up the courage to get into My Hero Academia.
Didn't they like? What was the whole point of
My Hero's
Naruto?
pretty good.
Like ending with like all their stuff resolved. What does Boruto even do?
Prince Kishimoto money, and he doesn't have to do jack shit to it.
Because he's not writing it.
He's not writing it. He's not doing the art. It's a whole bunch of other people. But it's his creation, so he gets paid for it.
I've received a report.
Yep.
It's almost like Dragon Ball GT in that sense. Only Boruto is just going on indefinitely.
Push them back little by little.
Well,
Because-
GT would have done that if
Yeah,
people
GT.
did not like
Yeah,
it.
GT had terrible ratings because originally it was going to be like over 100 episodes long.
And they were like, nope, nobody likes it.
And then, so instead, we got those really likable characters: Beerus, Whis, Zamasu, and then Jiren.
Ah, Jiren. The best of Dragon Ball's cast.
I think Toriyama just stopped caring. I mean, we only got Beerus and Whis because he watched the live action film. He was like, I have to do something about this.
The
Yeah.
Millennium series of Godzilla films excuse where they were like, yeah, well, we killed the king. We stopped doing films for this character in '95. We're going to take like a 15 year break, and then '98 happened. They were like, oh, let's get back to work.
We gotta get back to work before they ruin our legacy.
That's basically what happened. They released like 2000, literally a year after, because they were just like, yeah. And then the next one after that, which is Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Yeah, it's a really convenient name to say, isn't it? That one then literally has someone make a line of, yeah, there's monster attacks happening all over the world. Wasn't America attacked recently? Yeah, they thought they were attacked by Godzilla. Haha, those idiots.
Come and join the countless fools.
More or less verbatim how it went.
They thought it was Godzilla, but it was just some random lizard monster that isn't Godzilla.
Yeah, and then that was the end of that until 2004, where they did Final Wars, and they actually had Zilla show up and then die.
All right, focus on this area.
Obliterated in an instant by Japanese Godzilla, so
They didn't give him enough fish.
it's like 40 seconds, the entire like fight. And I say fight, it's like Godzilla tail bitch slaps him with his tail and then obliterates him.
Isn't it like he slaps him and then he just like does his fucking nuclear breath and then he's just gone?
Yeah, and then he also takes out Sydney Opera House, so you know,
Mission starting.
it's just doing God's work. Final Wars,
Why are you anti Sydney Opera House? I'm curious.
because we don't like the Australians.
Think you can just
Oh,
Because they don't like us. And also because they're shit at cricket. I don't give a I do not care about cricket, except when the Australians are cheating.
clear the next fort, and we can advance
Oh?
from there.
Oh, there was a massive thing where like the Australian cricket team, just all a bunch. Well, there's like at least two of them were massive cheaters,
The mission starting.
and that was you know fun to hold against my Australian friends. But yeah. Nah, I kid. I really like I really like most of the Aussies I know.
That you know.
Yeah. And even then I said most.
Steve Irwin was a gift.
I mean, let's be honest, if you say, can you name a famous Aussie, people will go Steve Irwin. Okay, and
Chris Hemsworth.
Crocodile Dundee.
People don't realise that Chris Hemsworth is Australian. They think he's English.
Australia does.
Yeah, but who cares what they think?
It's like apparently whenever like they do like an Avengers movie there or whatever, like they put him at the center of the marketing and they're like, hey, look, one of us actually did well.
Doesn't like all the Hemsworth brothers do decently well?
Yeah, but
Now we've got a target at our
I guess not. I guess only Hemsworth gets the Marvel publicity.
Keep on pushing, everyone.
Well, maybe not.
And you ain't nobody if you're not Marvel publicity these days.
Oh no, you could have DC publicity.
You mean the publicity?
Sad. I was actually just thinking of Sad Affleck.
Sad Affleck. He's like a.
Sad flick.
Where someone made a point that was probably like the first example we've seen of like actors basically just kind of losing it in the pre-release stuff, because we were talking about like Mark Hamill and The Last Jedi, where he was just all, yeah, this movie sucks.
Oh yeah, and they've kind of like made him walk back at shit.
Well, they made him say, oh, that's not what I meant when I said this movie sucks. I didn't actually mean it's bad.
And don't pay attention to my furious facial expression after seeing that I died when I wasn't told
yeah.
I was going to die.
I love Ryan.
Something happened outside.
It's like why do you look like you're trying to kill him with your brain?
He really did. I have never seen such fury
He's like,
on an actor's face after watching their own movie.
Maybe if I hate him enough, he'll spontaneously combust.
I mean, there's this like pre-season 8 interview with Kit Harington, who's like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. As they ask him flat out, what one word would you use to sum up this season? And he just kind of like sits there for like a few seconds, silent, and then he just says, "Disappointing." And then he looks off screen, and I think there was someone off just telling him, no, and he says, or epic, I don't know. There are like collections of the cast basically just kind of awkwardly going, oh,
nothing scares me now.
like, or
like they're just like, oh no.
or Peter Dinklage ref something goes, so they're fighting the undead, right? So they put us all in the crypt where there's a bunch of dead people. And it's like, man, he's making those points so I don't have to. That's not good.
Let's go.
When Peter Dinklage does your job for you.
Did he actually survive or did he die too?
No, he lived.
Oh.
The only people of note who have died are Jorah, who his entire character was, I want to fuck Daenerys. And Theon, whose entire character was, I'm a colossal fuckwit, but I got my penis chopped off.
Ready to go shopping?
And Beric, whose entire character was, I'm a cool, weird religious guy with a flaming sword, and then I died.
Can't you like summarize most characters in that show to and then I died?
And
Not
then I
most.
died, yeah.
No, there's some of them you can summarize in slightly more hilarious ways. There's this one called Oberyn, who you might have heard about, because in hindsight it's like extremely obvious what they're doing, but he's introduced as this character who is like a badass warrior and a badass lover, and he's just cool at everything, and he doesn't give a shit about anyone, and he hates the Lannisters, and he hates all the characters that the audience is meant to hate. And he has like a tragic backstory of his sister and her children were murdered and raped by like the main captain of the King's Guard. And he's like all this, and then he just kind of dies. There's like a big, oh, is he gonna win and get revenge? No, he gets his head crushed. And then, well, he does actually kill the guy, but then he gets resurrected as a zombie. So, but not like a nice zombie. There's like they introduce there's like a different type of undead they introduce, and then they never explain, and then that's just kind of ignored for the rest of the show.
I'd say we're home.
There's just this big zombie guy going around. We never actually do anything with that.
I was worried, but we did it.
I mean, why would you do anything with something you established? What do you?
Well, it's just because you see the writers, they just forgot.
just like Danny, just forgot about the boats.
I mean, it could be worse. Like, I mean, it'd be a shame if they were to get their hands on like a major movie franchise, wouldn't it? And have like a trilogy.
But I don't think that'll. I don't think they'll get a hold of a major franchise or a trilogy or anything like that. I think they'll only get a hold of Star Wars.
True. I mean, Star Wars is dead now.
Pretty much the damage is done.
No one's ever really gone Sabo. So I ask again, when are we getting our Porkins origin movie?
Please, we need it. We need to know about Porkins.
Like at this
We
point,
know about-
why the fuck not, right? We gave fucking
What about like one of those random bounty hunters in Jabba's palace?
what? You mean Boba Fett? They tried to do a movie with him and they scrapped it.
No. One of the other ones.
Well, one of the ones who was
One of the
extremely
random
unnotable,
ones.
never did anything. Yeah, Boba Fett.
No, one of the other ones.
Oh. Pretty sure one of them was Leia, so Leia's. I mean, I guess they'll do a Leia.
Well, not the Leia
I guess
one,
they'll
the
do a
other
Leia
one.
origin movie. Because her
Pig
origin.
Oh, I
guy,
can't wait for that.
What?
the pig-faced guy.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't they
him,
just
him.
random guards for Jabba?
I don't know.
Some of them were bounty. There was a number that were.
So I
bounty
remember
hunters.
killing a whole bunch of them in various Star Wars games set on Tatooine. I like how I have a friend who's never watched Star Wars, or like he's only seen the first 4, and I was trying to describe the sequel trilogy to him, and he was like, "Why are you just describing the Star Wars movies I've seen?" It's like, no, I'm trying to describe the sequels, but they sound exactly the same. I know.
I'm glad you're okay too.
I mean, come on, you have random person who like does menial tasks on a desert planet to leave said planet with the Empire hot on their heels in the Millennium Falcon.
We're all together again.
After they get their hands on a droid who has very sensitive data through sheer seemingly random coincidence, and then they go on an adventure. They meet a weird old guy who has like knowledge of a time before the big war, and then like they find out that there is a massive super weapon that has the capacity to destroy planets. So they have to go there, and then they manage to hook up with a bunch of rebels, and then they work together to send an X-wing in to destroy a single thing on the surface that has a chain reaction that blows up the entire area. Oh, and then also the weird old guy dies
Figured that out.
to a dude in a black cape and mask with a red lightsaber.
You three should remain with our new friends.
What?
Just saying.
We don't know enough about this place. Work with them and learn all you can. I'll take the Hoshiden army and
I
continue
mean, there's nothing to think about. It's the same movie. Like, it's J.J. Abrams being incredibly lazy.
I'd expect nothing less.
Which,
J.J. Abrams lazy? Never.
We're stuck with you
I mean, I've sort of bitched before that J.J. Abrams' entire shtick is he looks at something and goes, I can do that. So, like, sort of one of the first film I ever heard of him, like, really doing was, like, Super 8, or, like, the first big film I remember, where they were like, J.J. Abrams presents Super 8. And it's just like, yeah, have you seen, like, E.T. and the Goonies and stuff like that? It's just that.
Looks like I'm on
It's
top.
that very kind of specific type of movie of, like, 80s movie where you have, like, group of kids. I guess it's also like It in that sense, where it's, like, group of kids in, like, sort of semi-rural town. Like, it's a small town.
I'm growing quite fond of you.
Isn't that pretty much the super rural town? Isn't that pretty much its writer's like thing? Does he like do that all the time with the super rural town?
Oh, you mean like Stephen King? Oh yeah, he does it, but at least it's the same rules. Like, at least it's more or less usually the same town,
Do you remember
or
what
it
the temple
was
sage told
until
us
he
about the
obliterated it, I
legends?
think.
That power
I have no
resides in the
idea.
Gleamstones.
But at least like the difference is that when King does it, he's generally telling like vastly different stories. Like even though,
Oh yeah. Even if they aren't good, they're vastly different.
so it's not like very little kind of.
Though he does have the character archetypes for the people that he just always does. They're always the same people.
Writer from Maine with substance abuse problem who has inner demons, which is like his go-to. Like that is 100% the character.
I mean, the entire like human cast are like all of his go-tos, and like how the people, like the non-main characters interact too, are always like it's always his go-to with those.
Well, the problem is that he did like his first 3 books are like Carrie, The Stand, and The Shining, and The Shining hit big, and The Shining was kind of the first one that had this sort of substance abusing, dark and troubled writer character. And well, The Shining was a huge like cultural success, even if like a lot of that is also from the movie.
I know how to live my life.
So it's that like thing where, yeah, he hit that and realized that probably not like in the sense of, oh, I'm just going to do the same thing again, but it's kind of probably was always in his mind of, well, it's easiest for him to write from that character's perspective that is basically his own, because hey, look, he's also a substance abusing writer with inner demons from Maine. Just I don't think he deals with action.
But my point is like even like the other characters are very samey. That's my thing.
He does also like the Magic Negro. But who doesn't?
Yeah.
Although we say this, he did also write. He has written a lot of like non-horror stuff. Like he wrote like Shawshank Redemption is based on a book. It's based on a short story he wrote.
Right.
Or not short, but.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero.
But I'm just saying, like, he tends to have these things that he just tends to latch onto and just does over and over again. Like, the story itself might be different, but like the characters tend to be the same, just with different names.
Fair. But yeah, I'm actually excited for It Part 2 and Pet Sematary this year, though. It Part 1 was surprisingly good.
Oh, the new
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I probably won't, because I'm not really... So I don't really watch a whole lot of horror stuff, because horror stuff doesn't really do much for me.
Fair.
So I tend to, like, skip over horror. Like, I don't mean, like, oh, I'm scared. I mean, like, it doesn't do that, or anything. I just kind of...
Just don't go all Joseph Anderson on us, please.
What's that?
Oh, where he went on that... Oh, he was, like, went on that massive thing where he said that horror doesn't exist or whatever.
Horror isn't
What?
real.
Well, he went on this like weird sort of tangent. Well, specifically, it was like kind of so it started off with him crying about Soma because he didn't think it was a horror game, and people said, "No, it's still a horror game. You just might not find it scary." Which the crux of his argument was, "I don't find it scary."
I mean, I don't find Five Nights at Freddy's scary, but it is a horror game, even if it does rely way too much on...
Yeah, it's basically it's like a jump scare.
Move out. We're heading for Xander.
It's still a horror game, though. I just don't think it's scary. I don't know why he's like, oh, I don't find it scary. Therefore, it's not horror. That doesn't make
Because
sense.
Joseph Anderson, in particular,
You never went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid and was like just staring at the animatronics and like having nightmares about them coming to life and killing you.
I mean, not.
I was afraid of the animatronics. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't think Five Nights at Freddy's is scary because it's just. It's just you stare. The game forces you to stare really close at a screen. It reminds me of those old maze games from like Newgrounds and shit. You didn't like the ones where if you touch the wall, it would just have a screamer pop up.
Yeah, it's basically just like a series of JPEGs.
Ready.
Yeah.
Or sorry, GIFs. Or I'm not going to call them GIFs because that's dumb.
I mean,
GIFs
right.
are dumb.
But
All that matters
They
is the
really are.
GIFs. But yeah.
yeah, it's just I just don't think they're scary. I'm not like I said. I'm not gonna call. Oh, it's not a horror because.
That's the thing, is that even if a comedy is bad, even if like there's a comedy that doesn't make you laugh, like it's still technically a comedy because it has all those kind of like conventions.
Like, I might make a joke, like for example, in the case of a comedy I don't find funny, I might make a joke saying like, oh, that's not a comedy, it's a tragedy. But
But that's a joke. That's not being like serious.
yeah, I'm not being dead serious when I say that. I'm having a giggle.
How's this?
Can't use that. That's cultural appropriation.
Yes, sir.
How's this?
I'm having a giggle. You can't stop me.
Don't appropriate my culture.
Well, he didn't say mate, so it doesn't count.
Oh, come on. You don't have a culture. You just conquered everybody else around
No,
you.
we conquered everyone and shoved our culture on them. Thank you very much. We got our culture because of the Romans.
So you appropriate it from the
But
Romans.
the Romans don't exist anymore.
Yeah, because you killed them to appropriate their
Actually,
culture.
they killed.
Swine.
Actually, everyone killed them.
Yeah, they
That's true.
kind of did themselves in there.
They stretched themselves
And
so
then they
thin,
just slowly-
and then everything.
And then they just slowly died after the fall of the Great Empire, if you will.
It was okay. We had a better one.
It was Rocco's fault.
Though to be fair, it took you guys a lot longer to make fucking plumbing.
Yeah, well.
Hell, apparently they had like air cooling in fucking Rome, which is fucking
I mean,
nuts.
mostly because they stole it from the Greeks.
Yeah.
So it's all the Greeks' fault. But then, well, the Greeks don't exist anymore because well, I mean, they're just so in debt at this point. They're owned by everyone.
It's true.
Oh well. But yeah,
Rip.
we have a culture. You know what always grinds my gears? Whenever, and it's not particularly with you guys, but I know a couple of Americans who always insist, like, oh, I'm Irish. It's like, bollocks, you've never even been to Dublin.
Even at full force, you don't stand a chance.
Or Belfast.
The Norian army will collapse without Sander. We must save
shit.
it
Not
at
that
all
you
Yeah,
should.
people just,
Time to murder.
people just pretend because they're like.
Or people who say, oh, I'm Italian,
It's part of my identity.
but it's not.
Also,
though.
well, how else do you tell yourself apart from every other random person on the street?
Your name?
No. Also, way back when all the people it was mostly fresh immigrants, like wherever they came from was like an important part of their like social status and groups. I mean, not many people care about it so much these days, but
Yeah, because all that
Yeah,
matters
exactly.
these days is how rich your parents were.
It's true.
outside the box.
You have enough. If you have rich enough parents, even you could become president of the United States. I mean, what?
probably not.
I mean, don't sell yourself too short. You've not got that stiff competition, mate.
All you need is a small loan of $40 billion.
I was gonna say they probably take one look at my internet history and be like, yeah, no, but then again, I mean,
What do you mean?
Listen, I grabbed him by the pussy, you can get the job.
but then again, I'm like, yeah, but then Trump had that whole tape, and people still got over it. So,
No, yeah, you're fine.
I mean, Trump is the first person that like is publicly accepted is kind of a jackass,
Kind of,
But-
he says.
but they let him be president anyway.
I mean, he was technically voted for.
I know.
Yep.
So it's not like the case where they just thought, well, we need someone to be president, you'll do.
Hey, you!
I don't think it works
Yeah.
quite that way. I think you have to bribe a few governors and senators in order to do that, but... What? Oh, sorry, I've actually done it again, where I've accused people of taking bribes. Oh well. As long as you don't name names, it's fine.
Nah, that's fine.
But yeah. So, how's the game?
It's going alright, I'm beating things up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe outnumbered, but this isn't over.
Actually, I think I might stop for today. Because, it's about an hour in, and this will take a lot longer, I got a feeling. So I think maybe we'll just... Does this have a resume feature? If not, we can just start from the beginning, because I just didn't even really get far into this map anyway. Save progress. You know, we'll just start from the beginning, it's be easier, so mistakes I made, I can just correct.
Mistakes were made.
Alright, guys. A lot of mistakes. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Fire of Embers, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Maybe there'll be more controversy than just Pro Jared next time.
Maybe.
And Train Man raging about Game of Thrones. Oh, that's a lie. He'll be raging about it next
I
time.
mean, if the wheelchair that mounts the world is a legitimate thing, you bet your ass I will. Actually,
Have a good day. Huh? Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, actually, I'll probably be laughing if wheelchair that mounts the world is legit.
I mean, I'm already laughing. I've been enjoying this breakdown. It's great. Alright. See you guys.